Gang, how are you? Welcome to Mobb Guppy, where the guppy is the mob. Color Guppies! What is up, Vinay? What is up, crew? Great having you here. It is a beautiful day. It started off kind of like a little rainy, what have you. I was going to mow my lawn this afternoon. At least my front yard is being mowed by the neighbor. He's really nice, mainly because his mower died. And so it's kind of him to do so. So it's he doesn't have to. Lord knows I need the exercise. So we'll get into it as we kick in this morning. Anthony's Fishy Friends. I had something crash in my fish room. And it started happening in the last couple of days. And I'll get to the story about I hopefully have solved the issue. Hopefully have solved the issue all the way around. So again, gang, how y'all doing? How's your week? So if I get interrupted, it's because my neighbor's here. I'll tell him I'm on a Zoom call. I had a crash, so we'll go into that. Other than that, I've been setting up different tanks for guppies. Hey, Priscilla, how you doing? So there you go. So my beloved Bolo here is right down here. You can see his foot. You see that foot? That's his foot. So there you go. How was your week? Do anything exciting? My week was just busier than heck. I've been getting back into good eating, dropping a couple of pounds, getting back to my fighting shape. And I pulled something right here. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be doing any weightlifting except for buckets of water. Got to lift up buckets of water, don't we? I just set up another. I emptied one out. I have another one that I'll have to fill up probably in the next day or so here. Life's good. So what happened is this. Wednesday, you didn't. I'm actually Renee. Hey, Renee, we're just beginning to tell the story. So on Wednesday, I get home, and all of a sudden, I have 3 dead Amica Splendids. 3 dead. Everything's going well with the tank. Earlier that week, I was having all sorts of breeding behavior, all sorts of stuff there. 3 dead. So I go, I change out half the water, I put in some general cure, just thinking something got into the tank. Because the tank's been happier than heck, so I don't know what the deal is. I cleaned out the sponge filter. Did that. Okay, everybody's looking good. Everyone's looking good on Thursday. Everybody's looking good on Friday. Today I had to go to work early for a few hours. I get back. I have another 2 dead Amica Splendids. So, okay, this is the time, everybody, where I'm not captain, check the water parameters all the time. Mainly because it's, I just find you can just go nuts on it. So I only do it when there's a problem. So I go and I check the water, the water parameters, and oh boy, out of whack. So I determined that the sponge filter had crashed. So the good news is I had an extra sponge filter in the house. I cleaned this one out really good. I added the second sponge filter and I did a 60% water change. And I'm not going to feed them for the next day or so here. And hopefully everything gets back into stuff. But again, part of the thing is these are biological things. And all of a sudden you have a sponge filter go belly up. Let me tell you something, gang. It ain't good. And I have not had a tank go up like this, and it's not overly loaded, you know. So it's one of those things. So the sponge filter crashed. I'll change out another big thing. I'm not testing the water right. I just did finish that in the last about 45 minutes. Changed out a bunch of water, put new clean water in, and added the second sponge filter. So hopefully that'll turn it around real quick. It's a beautiful day here all of a sudden. It's sunny and it's bright, and yeah, it's all good. I'm bringing not the California Reds. I'm having something happen very exciting with the California Reds, and I'll be sharing it with you soon. Is that I'm getting they're not 100% red swordtails, but I'm getting red swordtail males in the tank. The man who's not afraid to dig in the ground near Skinwalker Ranch, Peter Thiel. How you doing, Doug Gray? And I'm having a delicious Powerade Zero Sugar. Yes, delicious. Yeah, that's nice and tasty. Well, Siwi, great having you here. So, yep, I had, and again, it's and I guess the big lesson to be learned about what happened with my Amica Splendens tank. Hopefully, I've begun to turn everything around. The Powerade, the drink of choice for the reptilian race, actually. Yeah, now you know. If you didn't think I was a reptilian before, now you know. Yeah, so that's fun. So it's I have guppies going out. I have all sorts of stuff going on. It's now I've been working on this one cross, and I finally have. I'll tell you the story, and I'll do a video on this because I've come up with two different varieties of guppies that I'm working on. Is that originally I bought some super red pleco fry, and I bought them our young super red plecos from our buddy Michael's Fishroom, and he sent me a pair of half red blonde cobras, and thank you, Renee. So the female died like within 2 days. She didn't travel well or what have you. It happens. That's why, and I didn't buy him. He just he gifted them to me, which was terrific and nice. That's why I always try to throw in a couple of extras, just in case one doesn't travel well. And I generally don't get too nervous about it's, so it's just part of the thing. So it would have been smart for me to have put gold-bodied female swordtails in there. Chewy, lunatic fringe. But I'm not smart. So I put in a couple of gray-bodied swordtail females. And I've been allowing them. The goal was, and perhaps still is, to get red cobra swordtails. And yeah, don't tell me about what you can and cannot do genetically. I'm going for it and go from there. Still waking up, Osiwi? Bolo here got me up at 4 o'clock. I had to go to the office at about 6:30 for a few hours. Did a little grocery shopping, got back here, dealt with my fish stuff. Life is good. So I went and I've let's see. Renee, no, I don't. I've had this in my fish room for a year and a half, and that meal's gone. So, yeah, it's not 100% yet, Chewy, but I'm working on it. So I have set up 2 males with 3 females in a tank. They're not 100% red. The swords are blue, but I'm working on it. I am working on Muppet 929. How are you doing? So it's been kind of a thing. So, okay, now talking about this swordtail thing, and I can't wait to show this to you, and I'll do a video on it here. Maybe I'll do it this weekend. Is that add some blonde females to those males? Yeah, maybe that's what I do. So I have split up. All of a sudden, I started getting out of this thing. Remember, gray body females with half red blonde cobras. So red tail, cobra blonde body. I am now getting golds. Gold males. So I put some of the gold males and I put some of the gold males with a few of their half sisters. There you go. Yes, you're allowed to talk about guppies in a live stream. It's crazy. I don't care what YouTube says. To heck with their terms and conditions. We're going to talk about guppies. So, yeah, so, again, I've been working on these crosses. And I've been going generation after generation. So a lot of times people do a cross. Here's the lesson from this. Doug Gray has done a lot of crosses too, and he's gone generation after generation with it. If you have an idea for a cross, and for whatever reason you're not getting what you think you should be getting in a generation or two, keep pursuing it. Melvin. Now, the deal is that I did Adam K. I did in my crosses, I didn't put like 3 or 4 guppies into it. I did just 2 varieties. And so there you go. Nope, my guppies don't have bubbles. They're not covered in bubbles. Crazy. So I'm pulling out some of the males. From this, I'm bringing them over to an LFS. I have 2 LFSs. The LFS gave me permission to do a video on them, so I am going to do a video on them. So there you go. So, by the way, if I get interrupted in the live stream, I brought it up at the beginning if you missed it. My next door neighbor, John, he had to borrow my mower because his mower croaked on him. But I don't know how pleased he's going to be with it because I mow my lawn a little. He has it all the way down to the bottom, and he mows it sort of like a greens at the golf course. I like mine a little bit higher. And mine, and I have the cheap ass. Sorry for saying the word ASS. I have the cheap lawnmower, so it's a screw on. So I have it set up to where I leave some length. I like some length on my lawn. Ooh, Alishan may not be back in time for the live stream. He's in Utah stalking Zach Wilson for an autograph or Zach Wilson's mother for an autograph. Zach Wilson, for those who don't know, he's the new quarterback for the Jets. They jokingly refer to him as the Mormon Mahomes because he sort of plays like Patrick Mahomes. So there you go. Alishan! Doug is trying to cross a guppy with a robo-darter. So Doug, let's go back in the deal here. Is when you make a cross, and again, it's nobody has done more crosses, by the way, and come up with some pretty cool stuff than Doug Gray. And his videos are filled with. So, Doug, hey, John Oliver. Hey, by the way, next Saturday, I will not be on the live stream because I'm going to be hanging out with John Oliver at a table sale in beautiful oh, you're up at Michael's right now getting more stuff. You should have known, told me you were coming up today. I'd have driven down and met you. Is that there's a table sale for the Northwest Arkansas Aquarium Society, and I'll bring my camera and I'll get some stuff. I have a table there. I'm getting a bunch of stuff. Bunch of stuff. So I can't wait. So what else is going on, crew? Oh, yeah. So Doug, when you're making a cross, if you watch how Doug does it on his videos, and by the way, if you're not I encourage everyone to subscribe to each other. Yeah, the table sales in Rogers. I'll be there. John Oliver will be there. All good in the hood, Mr. Oliver, other than one aquarium that went belly up for me. But other than that, life is good. So that's what I would highly recommend to you, and you. Is anybody who plays with guppies, by the way. That's cool, Renee. If you get, I'm giving you my opinion, Renee, and you can disagree with me. Doug may have differing thoughts, and I would actually take Doug's thoughts over mine. If all of a sudden you get something really cool is breed siblings back to each other. And if the next generation quite right, take the male that is kind of funky, breed it to his daughter. Next weekend, you're hanging out with Charles and Susie of Goliad Farms. There you go. Yeah, so next Saturday, there will not be a live stream. I'm going to be hustling guppies on the street. I'm going to be hustling them like crack. And that is how the creature of the Black Lagoon was perfected. Yep. Stream from a table sale. That's what Kaler's doing right now, huh? Yeah, table sales are the best. They are absolutely, really, really cool. I'm a big fan. Big fan of the table sales. Big catfish in Kenya and the Jewels of the Rift documentary. by Avery Books. The catfish ruled the rivers, and the cichlids ruled the lakes. He was in Deep Space Nine. You can send me $50. All right. Kaler uses his ankle monitor as his camera. He has a new upgraded version. By the way, if you have an ankle monitor, you're supposed to be away from the house. You want to get away for a couple of hours. Can't you just put that around, around your, the collar for your dog and let it move around the house so people realize, oh, he's there. Things are moving around the house. Or have they figured that out by now? I don't know. You're a big Trekkie? What's the difference between a Trekkie and a Trekker? What I have understood is a Trekkie is someone who will go to a convention dressed up like Mr. Spock or Captain Jean-Luc Picard. And Trekker is somebody who really likes Star Trek, but they're just not into the fantasy play. Is that right? Yeah, so when you do your crosses, is that, if you're getting something cool, and the crosses that I'm sort of solidifying right now, trust me, I am going to be very careful about making sure I have the right stuff. You like Voyager? Vinay! Oh, your mom wrote a best-selling Star Trek book? That's good. By the way, I'll confess, I've read Star Trek books. And some of them I found kind of good. Some of them are like a little hokey. Excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah, Foster Brooks. And by the way, Foster Brooks, speaking of funny, Foster Brooks, if you don't know who he was a comedian who was a teetotaler, but he played a drunk. And his stand-up comedy act was him, a man who was not drunk, playing a drunk. Apparently, he drank when he was younger, had to give it up. We all have to give up certain things. So it's so our man Foster Brooks, look up on YouTube after this live stream. Foster Brooks roasting Don Rickles. Maybe the funniest thing ever. Truly funny. And by the way, the Star Trek spin-offs, the one I have not gotten into is Deep Space Nine, mainly because it's all about all about the traveling and finding new things. And on Voyager, the guy who was the cook bothered the hell out of me. He was almost like a Star Trek character he was almost like the Star Trek version of Jar Jar Binks. As tasty. Tasty. Big Tank Hank. What is up? Yeah, so next weekend, table sale. You don't even know how excited I'm going to be for that. Neelix, that's right. Am I right here, gang? Those who have watched Star Trek Voyager. Yes, we're talking a little bit about fish and a little Star Trek. That I've watched some Melvin, but I need to sort of like really lock in and watch a bunch. Renee thought Neelix was okay. Yeah, Neelix just bothered me. And he had anxiety. We all have some anxiety. Don't we all? Being honest here. Neelix reminds you of Helix, a little rock, but not enough metal. Streaming on the Paramount Network. Yeah, I'm going to have to. I need another streaming network. Like, I need a hole in the head. Really do. Yeah, everybody has some anxiety. Some people have a little more acute than others. I'm agoraphobic. I don't like going outside. I'm just, for me to, I can get out the door. Don't get me wrong, but it's, I have a light case of agoraphobia. So it's, you get me in to do shopping and crap like that. No, that's, it's not what I have to go in with a pure mission. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. Did not like Enterprise. It was the worst series. So, yeah, so I'm setting up these new guppy breeders. Yeah, the Amica Splendids look like they're doing well. I'm going to test their water here as soon as we're done. Hopefully the water change and adding a sponge will go from there. Time travel for season 4 sucked. I have a fear of Subarus. Crappy carophobia. You see? Desilu Productions, Lunatic Fringe. Desilu Productions. Michael wants to know how the new fish store in Kansas. And you know what? It's kind of a neat little store. In fact, I'm going out there today. I'm bringing them some more guppies today. I'm bringing them some of the culls from the one cross I'm doing. One of the 2 crosses. This is the one cross. So I'm going to go bring them out some stuff. And I may bring some older swordtails I really can't ship anymore, and I don't necessarily need. Yeah. It's you get into some of this trivia, Chewy. It's common trivia that people should know. If you're gonna do a game, I'm gonna harken to the 80s and 90s with this. If you, as Gene Roddenberry, Melvin, is that back in the days where they used to play Trivial Pursuit? Yeah, you'd want me on your team. You would want me on your team. At my mom's side of the family used to play that a lot. And one of my aunts, by the way, was a Jeopardy champion. My Aunt Cindy. I've got an Aunt Cindy. She was dusting them off on Jeopardy. Just smashed them. Yep, Trivial Pursuit. That was real popular there for a while. It was like I guess late 80s, early 90s, something like that. I used to get together with friends and play that. That was deadly. Deadly in Trivial Pursuit. So yeah, so the Guppies, yeah, everything's doing well except for that one issue. Weird Al lost on Jeopardy. Great video and song, yeah. Hey, Ali Sean, I have a question for you. Since you are the most experienced of anybody on here. So I had a sponge filter has crashed on me. And all of a sudden, I started losing fish and rare fish, the Amica splendens. So I did a big water change. I cleaned and rinsed out with clean water. No, it's treated. Treated clean water. The sponge filter, put it in. I added a second sponge filter. I'm guessing I should not feed today and maybe tomorrow and just let everything get back into place. What are your thoughts there? Big J's Fish Keeper. How you doing? So that's what I'm planning on doing. But if somebody says, hey, do another big water change tomorrow, I'll do that. So it's just, that's not an issue. Not a problem whatsoever. So it's again, we all go through things with our hobby. The Noxky tanks. Now we've gone to the Buck Rogers end of sci-fi talk, everybody. Thanks, Melvin, for putting us into that one. Yes, I did. Yeah, I would not have gotten that one right. Pepling Creek Aquatics. Good afternoon. Did I miss anybody? I saw the Noxky tanks. Yeah, it's a good time stuff. So do I wait a day or two here? What do I do? Jeffrey Watts. Great having you here as well. Always good having the peeps here. Fishy Bond, 64. Good afternoon or good morning, wherever you may be. You may be in Hawaii. Or I don't think we normally get our Aussies at this time. I think this is like the middle of their night. Apparently, Red Skelton kept very unusual pets, Doug Gray. Lost in Space, there you go. Oh, you rarely use sponge filters? Doug, your thoughts on this? I use sponge filters, fairly exclusively. So it's just As of right now, let's see here. Hopefully this is going to do real well. Doug Ray is the president of the Don Knotts online fan club. He uses sponges. Yeah, I do too. It's a good one. I was told no fish hold eggs in their mouth. It's the other end of the fish, and the male can hold eggs. So I was very polite in my answer. Yeah, I bet you, Yeah, it just depends. Yeah, I'm pro sponge filter. Yeah. Yeah, time to go out and do the squishing of the sponges. I've got more water changes to do this weekend, and maybe I'll just do an extra squeeze of the sponges just to say that I did it. Yeah, Fishymon 64, not to be confused with any of the other Fishymons. My fish tanks, aquatics. There you go. Ames, spirit fish. Yeah, I generally squeeze my sponges every month or so. Yeah, every 3, 4. You know, generally I do my water changes every week. Every 3, 4 times I give it a good squeeze. You squeeze yours at the first of the month so I can remember to do it. Yeah. Cooper Aquatics, how are you doing? Good times. Squish the sponge filters on your Fishroom planner calendar. There you go. That's a good idea. Considering my heritage is German, I have some of the German tendencies, but I do a lot of the German stuff. But it's I eat sauerkraut and I like it. Is that I probably need a little bit more regimented on my sponge filter squeezing, just as a FYI. Oh, they will. Sponge filters will clog. Thanks, Anthony. Yeah, well, let me tell you something. I'm French and German. Hey, Jesse, HC Agua, what is up? Yeah, that's why I understand that. And the TV show SCTV, Eugene Levy played a character called Rockin' Mel Slurp. Mel's Rock Pile, which was based purely on Alex Trebek. So there you go. Part of me keeps surrendering to the other part of me. It's just part of the deal. Even though I'm more French than German, it's I will just tell you, it's crazy. It is nuts. Monster Chiller Horror Theater in 3D. Yeah, that's good stuff. Given an order, he'll march to Paris. Yeah, I'm a lot of Norwegian. Norwegian, English, French, sort of like the majority of my heritage. Then you throw in a little bit of Swedish and a little bit of Scottish, Irish, and good old fashioned German. So there you go. Why does the French Navy have glass bottom boats? So they can see the old French Navy. Yes. So in 2 world wars, my family members went to liberate the French. And in the Second World War, before D-Day, my great uncle Joe was shot down by the Germans over the English Channel. So he was about 50 miles away from land, and was returning. He was a pilot. He was returning from bombing a heavy water plant in Norway. Griffin Fishroom. We're talking about World War II. It's normal craziness that we do here in the Fishroom barbershop. Yeah, good times. Yeah, Bolo's here. Does everybody want to see Bolo? If you want to see Bolo, I'll show him to you. So, yeah, just crazy stuff. Catfish cherries. All right. People want to see Bolo. All right, here we go. There's Bolo's food. There he is. There's the Bolo. Yeah. Good boy. Yeah. So he's a happy little dog. I'd like to see my new share tattoo. I don't have any tattoos. And by the way, before you think about it, I have no problem with tattoos. I just haven't done it. I did, though, pull a prank on my siblings. I kept saying that I was going to get the pie symbol on my face for my first tattoo. So I was going to get the pie thing right on, somewhere on my forehead. So I'm working on this. I'm doing this for like 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, this is so one of the gals at work with makeup drew it on my forehead. I took the picture and I sent it out to my siblings. My sister said that she just about threw up. You only have 8 tats? Yeah, you see, I need to get a tat. I need to get the sign of pi. And for those of you who are Jewish, the symbol of pi refers to God because you go on and it never ends. That's the beauty of it. You lost count of your tats? They say here's the deal, and you guys who have tattoos, you may tell me I have this right or wrong. is that once you get one tat, you want a second one. And once you get a second one, you want 4 more. Is that true? Apple pie is delicious. Yeah, I like apple pie. You know what I love from the pies? Rhubarb pie. Not rhubarb and strawberry, straight on rhubarb. Nice and tart and tasty. You only have a couple of tattoos? Muppet stopped at one tattoo. Now, I worked with a guy, and at our place of business, the air conditioning went out. And this was when I worked in Alabama. You stopped at 0 tattoos because it was easy. There you go, Doug Ray. Collaboration of curiosities in the house. So here's the deal. So this guy, he gets down to his undershirt. He's still wearing pants just because it was hotter than heck at work. And so he had a tattoo with a misspelling. It was sort of a little devil-like character that said "No bar too far," NO space BARTO space FAR instead of TOO space far. Let me just tell you, this guy, he got whacked. I mean, we were brutal teasing him. In fact, let me text him right now. Let's see here. And I've never asked him, and I haven't seen him in a long time. So, you ever get that? No bar to covered. Okay, I sent a question off to my buddy who ended up getting that. His name is Bud. All right. That was my dryer because I was, I did Fishroom stuff, and my Fishroom towel needed to be washed. So I threw it in the washer. It just ended. I threw it in the dryer afterwards. Life is good. Life is good. Yeah, I should have closed the door, or even better yet, turned off the buzzer, but I didn't. I didn't at all. Let's see, your great grandfather was an admiral in the U.S. Navy and a surgeon general. Excellent. That's wonderful. Chalupa, no tomatoes. Julie, somebody appreciates you. That's great. We all appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who comes in here. This ain't a small club. This is a club for whomever attends. A lot of folks, great. Not so many folks, great. I don't care. Everybody's a member of the team. Ali Shawn AS has a tattoo of Joe Namath. Which essence of Joe Namath? Him wearing ladies' undergarments, nylons, or him wearing a big fur coat? Ah, the mink one. The mink one. Excellent. It's Bob Kaler is a friend of mine and Ali Shawn on his stream. Excellent. Throws tomatoes at chalupa, no tomatoes. Yeah, it's okay. We'll remember that. I like chalupas with no tomatoes. I think that's good. I think that's a great nickname. So, what are you guys doing on fish stuff this weekend? Besides the normal water changes, I will do more water changes when I get back, delivering the type of stuff. Ooh, Scott and Liz are going to be on Bob's stream. There you go. I love their live streams, by the way. Wang JT Gomez, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. Died in 1928. Yeah. Got your 2.5 set up this week? Gonna try work on some tub pond stuff. There you go. Go to taco time instead of chalupa no tomatoes. So there you go. We have Fishroom romances going on. Life is pretty sweet here. Pretty sweet all the way around. So that's nice to know. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna do some water changes. I've got to go and monitor what's going on with these Amica Splendens. Yep. So it's all good. Taco Bell used to be a lot better. It's not very good now. It's in the upper Midwest. If you're like in North, South Dakota, Minnesota, Taco John's, everybody. Taco John's. Fantastic, Melvin. Del Taco. Taco Bell is Soylent Green. Taco John's is really good. Yeah, that's pretty much true, Fishymon 64. There are, if you're like in Texas or I bet you in New Mexico, probably Arizona, tacos borregos, barbacoa borrego. There you go. That's good stuff. Potato olays, yes. Absolutely. Those are wonderful. Their double decker one is pretty good too, with the beans with the tortilla and then the hard shell with the taco inside. Yep. Potato olays. Yep. Those are good. Those are strong. Homemade street tacos. Yep. There you go. My Spanish, I can speak some Spanish. Not great. But whenever I go into a Mexican restaurant, doggone it, and I'm not talking about going to, I'm not talking about going to Taco Bell here, a real one. I go in and I speak Spanish only. I just ate before the live stream. I had egg whites with vegan chorizo. It's good Texas chilies made out of brisket, everybody. Good Texas chilies made out of brisket. And no tomatoes. Actually, do you know what's funny is that most Americans, if you've had American chorizo, it's not that good. The vegan chorizo is actually better than some of the meat chorizos that you get in the USA. It's coming up on 4 a.m., so you have breakfast soon. There you go. See you later, Muppet. Yeah, so it's all good. All right, gang. I gotta get ready to get out of here. I gotta go run the deal. No quiero Taco Bell, señorito, por favor. Mucho gracias. Excelente, Melvin. Melvin habla español. All right, gang. See you later. I gotta go run my junk. Love y'all. I appreciate every one of you.